son of a community organizer and a juvenile hall probation counselor. Not many would have thought that Ryan Coogler, the college football player, would go on to graduate from USC School of Cinematic Arts, make the Times Magazine 30 Under 30 People Changing the World list, and become the industry titan that he is today. Coogler made a name for himself with his breakthrough Sundance Award-winning Fruitvale Station, with his films being praised by critics for centering on often overlooked cultures and characters, most notably African Americans. So why is it that his work is so critically acclaimed and that he has warranted comments such as from producer Oscar winner Forrest Whitaker? I've worked with a number of truly unique voices, true auteurs, and I can tell when I'm talking to one. I argue that it is because Coogler is working hard to develop the scope of Black characters into universal heroes, redefining what it means to be a mainstream household name as a minority.
Centennial fight.
That's right. This is going to be the greatest sporting event in the country's history. A gala occurrence with me beating Green like he committed a crime.
Would you take a
Still to
look
be
at
held in
that
Philadelphia?
guy?
The heavyweight
I mean,
championship
where
of
the
the
real
world
fight is
going
gonna
to
come
the
from?
only
The
place it can
pros.
be
We
held,
got today
Philadelphia,
and jig
the
clowns.
on January 1st. The first major event in the country's
Wow.
history.
That's right, clown.
Coogler's first blockbuster director role was at the helm of 2015's Creed. As a student athlete, his father often watched Rocky II before big games to hype him up. Yet Coogler was able to identify and then profoundly alter the racial subtext of the iconic franchise. Rocky was made at a time when the absence of a white boxing champion insulted white masculinity and thus fueled demand for such a stand-in fictional character. Perhaps no surprise, the original series saw a black boxer humbled by a white challenger in every single movie. Or, another less than shocking fact is that a statue of Rocky was erected before Joe Frazier, Philly's real-life black boxing champion. Coogler made it a point to redeem Apollo Creed's character, a stand-in for Muhammad Ali, by retroactively deifying him in the new script and revealing that Apollo beat Rocky in their secret third rematch. In making Adonis's character so universally appealing, Coogler is, as film critic Aisha Harris puts it, making films with black people that are not about black struggle. He also provides a reinfusion of diversity by focusing on a less depicted historically black part of Philly. In doing so, he reclaims and makes a space for black people. But with Coogler, it is not limited to reclamation of historically white culture, but also popularizing and making a space for black culture. After taking a trip to Africa to come to personal terms with his own cultural identity, Coogler co-wrote the script to what would become the highest ever grossing film by an African American ever, Black Panther. As a comic book fan, Coogler himself said he aspired to create a character anyone could point to and aspire to be like, a black version of James Bond. In tackling issues like what it means to be African and balancing your African with your Western identity, Coogler adds weight to this discussion on what being a black character truly means. He even tackles gender norms by centering the female warriors as strong and brave feminine characters. Reconciling commercial viability with maintaining profound artistic statements, Coogler is considered a cross between Steven Spielberg and Spike Lee, in a lane only Christopher Nolan could compete with in the modern era. In writing his own scripts, Coogler maintains his thematic identity of finding a place in the world and showcases his trademarks of using silent shots, environmental emphasis, and having character-driven stories. In conclusion, when it comes to Coogler, his films to me are about creating stories where future generations of any color, gender, or background can point to the screen and say, I want to be like them. At the young age of 35, I remain eager to see how Ryan Coogler's career will develop and what new projects he will take on.
pop all day. Hold up, somebody on their way. Hold up, I would've grown all day. Hold up, somebody can't relate.
Black
Hold up,
Panther.
stay down with no faking. Go up, top down, I've been racing. Go up, she wild, I'm in dangerous. Go up, my crowd in rotation, yeah. Are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Wait, are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? I live on 10. Wait, are you on 10 yet? Are you on 10 yet? Hold up, fuck the place 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 up.